For the representative.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Clerk. Thank you, Speaker, and both leaders for the help in understanding that. And as it currently stands, according to the Constitution, is a person who is going to serve has to be a qualified voter that lives in the district that they are seeking to then represent. This is what this amendment does, because I believe it is so important that we have clarity about what should qualify for a person to not be able to serve in this body as a member of this body. And it reads this way, Section 1, Tennessee Code, annotated Section 2-14-203, is amended by designating the existing language as subsection A and adding this subsection, and it uses some of the language of the sponsor. Upon local approval, if a local legislative body proceeds to elect a successor to fill a vacant seat of a member of either house of the General Assembly, and the vacancy was created due to the expulsion of a member for what? Criminal offenses, including domestic violence, spousal abuse, assault, bribery, sexual misconduct, or other criminal offenses, then the local legislative body shall not elect the expelled legislator to be the successor to fill the vacant seat. Right now, the way that it reads is just disorderly conduct, which is really an interpretation that's left to the people in this body. So, for instance, our going to the well of the House floor and advocating that we do something to end the gun violence epidemic after 6 people were killed at the Covenant School, 3 of them children, and after hundreds of people have been killed in our city due to gun violence, going to the well of the House floor was viewed as disorderly conduct. But what I am recommending to this body, and what I think is really important for each and every one of you to realize, is we didn't do something criminal, but the amendment that I am offering is that if a person does commit a criminal offense, including domestic violence, spousal abuse, assault, bribery, sexual misconduct, as some members, some who aren't even here anymore, who are from the other side of the aisle, or other criminal offenses, then that person would not be allowed to be able to serve here. But because we protested, because we lifted the voices of our community, because we said we have to listen to the 7,000 people who marched here, Representative Jones and I were expelled, Representative Johnson nearly so, but we didn't commit any criminal offense. Whereas the folks most recently expelled from the Tennessee House of Representatives, they did commit criminal offenses. They did commit bribery. They did commit sexual misconduct. They did criminal acts. Those are the types of folks who should not serve in this body. But people who advocate to lift up the voices of their community and meet the constitutional requirements, sponsor, not the requirements of people who want to turn this into some sort of country club, but meet the constitutional requirements to serve, deserve the opportunity to serve. And taking away the voice of counties and those who are in elected positions in counties to fill vacancies is not only government overreach, it is the silencing of communities and the silencing of the voices of people who already struggle to be heard in institutions like this one. And so I ask all of my colleagues to go and read, as the parliamentarian did, the Tennessee State Constitution. Is very clear on what the qualifications are to serve. It is very clear on what the process is for someone who is expelled. This legislation seeks to subvert the Tennessee State Constitution. That's what it's doing. We should not pass an unconstitutional law knowingly, because the reason it is being passed, it isn't about justice. It is about separation. It is about division. It is about using the tools of power to silence and abuse those in marginalized communities like ours. With that, I move adoption.
That's proper motion, probably seconded. We